Hey folks, welcome back to Deer Corner. Welcome back to the campfire. You'll find me about every evening sitting out here at the campfire. Something about a good campfire, it's just good and soothing. Sit back and relax. Think about things. Think about what you got done today. Cut up some more firewood today. And it's been pretty busy, but whole lot to do, Deer season around the corner. Tomorrow we're going to be locating an area for put up a new deer stand. I'll bring you along. But on my previous campfire video, I talked about how a tree was there and not there. The game camera. The tree wasn't there, and then a tree was there, and then it's not there. When you pull the chip from a camera and you take it up and you view it, and you see pictures like that, kind of makes you wonder. Well, everything has an answer. You just got to search for it. And the answer on that one was, it ended up being a pretty windy night. And the wind was blowing the limbs and was setting the camera off. The top of a dead pine tree broke off, came down, stuck in the ground, set the camera off. There was a tree. Then the top of the tree, it fell over. Set the camera off again. The camera is set on 5 minutes, so every 5 minutes they take a picture. So if you look at the chip, it was showing that a tree just appeared and then just disappeared. But in fact, it was the top of a dead pine tree that fell off. And when I seen the footage, I had to go look, and that's what I come up with. And curiosity kills the cat. But some things, they're just, I can't explain, even going back and looking. And I don't know if you believe in spirits or ghosts, but yeah, I have in my time seen, or thought I seen, things that appeared and disappeared, or actually out of the corner of the eye that I seen a shape of something, but when I got a straight look at it, it wasn't there. And spirits and ghosts is one thing I don't disagree with, or do I agree with, because I do have footage on a camera, again, of something of a sort in that way that I cannot explain. I went back and looked and I couldn't figure out what did it. But things do happen, and there are reasons for everything that does happen. So whether you believe in a spirit or not, that's up to you. But I do have footage of something of a sort of that I'll bring up. And that just, something like this fire just fascinates me to sit back and look at things in a different perspective. And hunting, I love hunting. I love the outdoors. And I talked to a good friend of mine I knew for years, 48 years, and we talked today a little bit. Now we still deer hunt every year together. We've been deer hunting for 42 years. And he lives up in the Ohio River area, up by Paducah, Kentucky. And we hunt up there every year. I've been hunting there for 42 years. The same area for 42 years. And we started hunting together up there. My uncle had a piece of ground up there northeast of Paducah along the river. And the only way to get to it was by boat. And we had a flat bottom john boat. And we ended up with a camping area. Now we slept in the back of a pickup truck with a camper shell. That's what we camped with, went hunting with. And the only way to get deer stands in there was take them in by a john boat, and then take them up off the bank and take them on in and put them up. Well, we got down there one afternoon and we were going to put up a deer stand, so we put it in the boat and we went on down and got to the bank, got the stand out and got it up. Now we didn't put it up, we just got it on the bank, maybe 15 feet inside the bank. And then we went up to camp. Well, what we do the evening before, we would draw numbers. And that's what deer stand you were in the following morning. Now, this is 42 years ago, this year, when this happened. And we drew our numbers. No, Mike, he drew his number, and it was number 5, the 5th stand. Now he's new to this group, to us. He was a newbie. And he asked where stand 5 was. And I right away, for some reason, I said, well, that's the stand on the trail that goes to the river where we docked the boat. And Carl right away, he caught on to what I was saying. And Carl told him, yeah, you follow the trail on down to the river. We docked the boat down there and we got the stand put up down there. But you got to leave early in the morning and get down there before sunup. So next morning we all went to our stands. So Mike's sitting in the stand. He found the stand, got up and sat in it. And he's talking about later on that he heard sound like two semi trucks starting up. And it got louder. And then the next thing happened, this big bright light came on and it about knocked him out of the stand. That light was so bright. And what it was is right up the river, there's an grain elevator. And they fill barges with grain there. And the tug pushing the barges evidently beached itself overnight. And coming in the morning, it was getting ready to leave to go up to the elevator. So of course it started up, warmed up, but it turned its light on, and they have a massive light. That light shines for a mile. But when they turned the light on, it hit him right square. And we were all laughing about it. But he said it took him a couple hours to actually see where he could see no spots. And then here he was facing 200 yards of water. He was out looking over the whole river. And that was just so funny. I mean, that's just the way it goes. It's just a hunting story of what we did. And he come back to camp telling us all about it and everything. And we just looked at him and we kind of laughed about it and said, "Would you see any deer?" And he said, "No, all I seen was water." And you're supposed to be hunting a bank on the other side of the river. And we had him going. You know, he'd shoot a deer on the other side of the river. We'd take the boat and go get it. But yeah, we snookered him into a good one. But Mike's a pretty good fella. He still hunts with us. He's part of our travel hunting group, and he still remembers that. But that's just an old hunting story, and happened 42 years ago. And we still hunt that same piece of ground every year. Got many, many big deer out of there. But that's just something to bring along, and that's a campfire story there. But if you believe in spirits, or you don't, I do and I don't. But I do have some footage that I cannot explain. And I'm glad you're along with me. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll be here another night at the campfire. I'm going to watch this one burn down and call it a night. Busy day tomorrow. Going to have to get up early, get going. So if you're in the woods, be safe. Things can happen out here, and no one to know it, or no one to know where you're at. So if you're out in the woods, be safe. Let somebody know where you're at. And thanks for watching.